Allergy-free eggs? Do sounds influence our eating choices? And the Supermarket Chef Showdown. For May 16, 2012, this is Food News Today. Good morning. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. Eggs are one of the most common childhood allergies and a fairly difficult food to avoid, as eggs turn up in baked goods, salad dressings, and many prepared foods, and even in flu vaccines. Luckily, a team from Australia's Deakin University say that they're in the process of creating not just hypoallergenic eggs, but the chickens that lay them will be hypoallergenic as well. The majority of egg allergy sufferers are sensitive to 4 of the 40 proteins contained within egg whites. The Australian team is working on extracting the 4 allergic proteins and switching off the allergenic parts of them, then reintroducing the now non-allergen proteins back into the egg. The chickens subsequently born from that egg should be in turn lay hypoallergenic eggs. Voila! The team's goal is to create an allergy-free flu vaccine within 5 years and consumable hypoallergenic eggs within 5 to 10 years. Now, this is one of the first projects that attempts to make the allergic proteins harmless. Egg allergies affect around 1.5% of young children, but egg allergies are also likely to be outgrown over time. What are the symptoms of an egg allergy? Well, most reactions associated with eggs involve the skin, but the more serious anaphylaxis can also occur. Fortunately, all FDA-regulated manufactured food products that do contain egg as an ingredient are required by U.S. law to list the word egg on the product's label. Earlier this month, 20 chefs headed to Dallas, Texas, to battle for the title of Grand Chef for the Food Marketing Institute's Supermarket Chef Showdown. Hundreds of recipes were submitted in 4 distinct categories. The grand prize winner went home with $5,000, as well as admittance to a professional development course at the Culinary Institute of America. It was an awesome time, and Keone Chang of Foodland Supermarket in Honolulu was crowned the Grand Chef. Chang enticed the judges with his mouth-watering dish, deconstructed ahi California roll, from the indulgent recipe category. All of the chefs were judged on the following criteria: flavor, presentation, creativity, consumer appeal, and of course, showmanship. The Supermarket Chef Showdown was the first ever food retail industry recipe challenge and recognized the inventive, palate-pleasing meals that supermarkets create every day for their customers. The 3 other category winners: Chef Brian Dunn of Roach Brothers Supermarkets with Indian 5-spiced lamb, Chef Rachel Perrone of Kowalski's Market with spiced orange yogurt parfaits, and Chef Amber Pruitt of Publix Supermarkets with Italian pie. The Chef Showdown was surely exciting, with all the colors and sounds and aromas definitely making me hungry, which brings me to our next story. New research out of the United Kingdom has found that sound can have a striking impact on how people taste food that they're eating. Here's what Oxford University professor of experimental psychology Charles Spence had to say about the findings of his study pertaining what influences what we taste.
Some of the factors that we never thought affected the way we experience and enjoy food and drink actually do. So the very simplest thing, if you ask people what influences the flavor of food, most people think it's all about what's going on the tongue. It turns out maybe 80% of that experience is actually coming from the nose. And then people maybe think, well, sure, color of food, perhaps how things look on the plate, maybe that has some role. And we do research showing it has a much bigger role than most people think, that you can turn white wine into red just by a bit of food coloring. But in one sense that no one ever thinks about in food is kind of sound. It's almost like a forgotten flavor sense. For example, we're just doing a study in London at the moment where we're trying to see if we can increase the amount of fish that people buy and hence presumably eat by playing kind of the sounds of the sea in a store. And if we can do that, if we can move a few people off burgers to seafood, then that's probably going to be beneficial. And we're working with dairy companies as well to try and encourage people to choose healthier foods there. If we can reduce the sugar in a food but keep it just as sweet as you always liked it, that's got to be a good thing.
Thanks so much, Professor. It's always fascinating to hear what you're up to. Let me know what's on your food mind. Do allergy-free eggs appeal to you? And I hope you'll log on to foodnewstoday.com anytime. Access our archives and replay all of our episodes. Thanks for watching.